Hello, how are
Hello,
you?
I'm good, thank you.
My name is Aldo. What's your name?
I'm Denise.
Ah,
Uh,
so Denise, you as a teacher of Kinyarwanda, you can just tell me why is it important to learn a new language?
it is very, very important to learn a new language,
Yeah.
especially when you want to move to a new country. So it's really crucial that you can be able to communicate with the locals. Yeah. So I give just an example. If you move to Rwanda, you will probably be able to speak English or French or Swahili, but the population of Rwanda, the Rwandans, they speak Kinyarwanda. Everywhere you go in Rwanda, you speak.
Like the only one language.
There are four languages: English, French, Kinyarwanda, and Swahili. There are four official languages, but Kinyarwanda is the local language. So everywhere you go, everyone will speak Kinyarwanda. So it's very important that when you move to a new country, you learn a new language, you learn the language of that country to help you to understand the culture, to understand people, to be able to communicate with people. Yeah.
So you as a teacher of Kinyarwanda, of course, how can you like make a difference like between languages? Like say maybe Kinyarwanda and English, how do they? How is the difference between the different languages?
Languages are different as people are different. So that means if I teach Kinyarwanda, for example, Kinyarwanda is different from English because Kinyarwanda is a Bantu language, so that means it's different from French or English because French and English are not Bantu languages. So the grammar will be different, the vocabulary, the words, the way you make sentences, the phrases, everything will be different. So there's no really connection between those two languages. But it's really very interesting to see how languages are different, but still one language can help you to learn the other. So that means when you come to learn Kinyarwanda and you speak English, it's a way of learning. Like you will ask questions in English to be able to understand, or you can use French. So French can be able to help you to understand any Kinyarwanda. So it means like when we teach, we explain either in French or in English because those are official languages in Rwanda and are also international languages. So there is no really connection between, but it's also like one language can help to learn the other. Because I've seen that people who really speak more than two languages, they learn languages easily. So that means like if you speak only one language as like your mother tongue.
For instance, me, I speak in Rwanda, but I speak even English, even French. So when I connect those three languages, and in the way that I meet different people, so it helps me like to show myself or to be to express myself. So I think knowing more than one language is better.
Yeah, it's very. Of course, it's understandable that speaking more languages, it's open opportunities, it's open doors. So that means if you speak French, you go to France or to French-speaking countries, you'll be able to express yourself. But what the relationship between languages is sometimes when you learn the grammar, for example, you see that there will be some connection between
maybe French and English. Sometimes
French and English,
the words that you use in French, which you can use in English as well.
Because French and English can have relationship, but Kinyarwanda and Swahili have relationship because they are Bantu languages. So that's the connection that's behind it. So it always depends like that those languages, what the family of those languages. But of course it will be easy to learn a new language when you already speak more than one language. So it will be easy to learn another language. But of course it depends on the people. So sometimes you speak one language and learning another language is easy. It always depends on people's capacity.
That's true. So like you as a teacher, can you just give us an example of when do you need to talk about the Rwandan culture while you are teaching?
Yeah, I talk about Rwandan culture all the time when I'm teaching. Because, for example, just to give a few examples, like in greetings, for example, we greet muraho, we say mwaramutse, amakuru. You know, those words, when you explain where they come from in English, people will be like, oh, I thought mwaramutse means good morning, but it's not really what it means. It's like, oh, did you wake up? Or did you wake up well? Mwaramutse neza. Did you survive the night? So there's always a real meaning behind, which is connected to culture. So we see that in greetings in Kinyarwanda, we have a lot of phrases that
there are so many phrases like
muraho, murakomeye, na mahoro. So you can take like 10 minutes before you start the real talk. You are just greeting each other. Mezute, urakomeye. So many ways to ask how are you, for example. But while in English it's very like straightforward. When you meet someone, you're like, hey, how are you? Like then you start the conversation. But in Kinyarwanda we like to start with different.
So it takes time, like
it takes time. Yeah. So it's really important that you know that in our culture, greeting is very important. It has to take some time. You know, you don't just jump into the conversation right away.
Yeah, of course.
You just take time and check to each other, check about the family. Check on each other all the time before you start the real talk. So culture and language, you can't separate them. Every time I'm teaching, I explain, for example, about time. You know? Because most people, they say, oh, people don't respect time here in Africa. People are late. You know, when you have a meeting, people come, they can show up after 1 hour. Or if you go in an event, if they say it start at 5, it start at 6 or 7.
It keeps like changing.
So, the time is never respected as people may think. But we also, for us, we say like, if you have an event, this is gonna be like a whole day event. If there's a wedding, it's like, okay, I will go in that wedding, but it's gonna be a whole day wedding. I'm not going to plan like 5 meetings after the wedding because we know it takes time. So it's good when you like come to a different culture, you learn first their culture and connect with the language.
So it means that the culture and the language goes together.
You can't separate it because you will not understand the culture if you don't know the language. And also
true.
Learning a language without understanding the culture, it's not possible. So you learn culture through the language and also you understand the culture because when you are learning the language. So it's really, it works together. It has to be together.
Thank you, Denise. I think now, for the people who want to know more than 2 or more than 3 languages, I think you have some ideas that you can give them.
So learning to know more than 3 or 4, first you know very well your mother tongue. Because some people also mistake, when you don't really know your mother tongue, it's very hard to learn another language. When you master your mother tongue, it helps because you already understand one language, and then understanding that language helps you to learn. Because if we talk about the grammar, sometimes you may not understand what it is when you don't know it in your mother tongue. So mother tongue helps to learn a new language. And also, we know that learning a language is not only going in the classroom, you learn a language every day. You talk with people.
Wherever you go,
you use it.
Whoever you meet.
So you'll use the language.
In everything.
That's why like learning a language on your own, for example, on YouTube or on Duolingo,
it's not enough.
It's not enough and it's not effective. So you need to live in that culture, in that language, to be able to communicate fluently.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.